Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me on my program. I appreciate you wherever you are connecting from. If you are joining me from any part of the world, I thank you very much for your contributions on this channel. Please kindly subscribe if you have not subscribed, and also click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the first to receive it. In this channel, I bring information to your doorstep. I bring news from all channels, from every angle. Things that have to do about the world, things that have to do about Africa, more especially Nigeria. I bring it to your doorstep. Some information that you ignore, some information that you cannot be able to come across, I look for them, I bring it to your doorstep for you to see. Every video you see on this channel is for educational purpose, to keep you up and get you aware of what is happening in the contraction called Nigeria, more especially. I bring the information to your doorstep. They are not lies. Most of the videos you're going to watch here are videos that are coming from the conventional media, and some of us sometimes are lazy to get into it. Some of us sometimes are too busy to be able to lay our hand on this. That is why I bring the videos to your doorstep. Watch from beginning to the end. Remember, these videos are for educational purposes, so that you can be educated and know what is going on. Let us watch together. At the end, you can go to the comment section and put down your comment. Give your opinion. Say it the way you feel it. Nobody's going to come against you. It's a free world, and this is the social media where people say it and set the record straight exactly the way it is without being controlled. Do that on the comment section. Let us watch the video together as it comes. Thank you.
Elders have gathered in Ankpa this year again to pray for Nigeria in distress, especially for a successful outcome of the 2023 general elections from different Christian blocs. On ground to deliver the keynote address is the president of the Middle Belt Forum, Pogu Bitrus, who was quick to say that the current APC-led federal government is not in favor of the Middle Belt and Christians in particular.
The Middle Belt Forum dared to say this government is not working for us. It started with the appointment of most defense and security sector chiefs from one section and faith of the country. Today we are faced with a very daring Muslim ticket. If this ticket succeeds in Nigeria, the only option in Nigeria is to pack up and leave Nigeria with our families.
The option left for the Middle Belt in 2023, according to Bitrus, is to settle for a candidate of the Southeast extraction.
It is in our strategic interest to support the Southeast in the present electoral cycle.
We want all Nigerians in 2023 to vote competent candidates, people who cares about the people.
Some Christian politicians at this gathering hold the view that more is required of the body of Christ in terms of political engagement.
So for the church to actually own ownership of political power, please go back and belong to the party system so that you can involve your members from that level.
The church can also tell the electorate to behave in a way that will put the interest of Nigeria at heart, that will make sure that they don't sell their votes.
When you sell your vote, you have sold your conscience, and whatever happens tomorrow, you have no cause to cry to God, because from the initial state, you have already failed on your own part.
Christians, especially leaders, have been told to mobilize their members and give them quality civic education with the view to improving the electoral outcomes in 2023. Enemona or Cheme.
I must also say what he said about Atiku Abubakar. You know, it has become a fact in the Nigerian political firmament that after every election, that Atiku Abubakar will go back to Dubai to relax. And it is in his rights to do so. And so what he said is that given the situation as we have it in Nigeria, that if the elections of 2023, that the APC will win. And as it is usual with the presidential candidate of the PDP, he will take a leave and go to Dubai.
But your candidate also goes to France and UK.
No, he does not leave. Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu does not live anywhere else in the world.
So what does he go for? Medical treatment?
No, see, what he goes for and what he does in Europe is his personal business.
Same way as that.
Anybody, but the presidential candidate of the PDP lives in Dubai.
He's talking about retiring somebody to Dubai. And the question is, what have they done to add value to this country? Atiku is an international businessman. Atiku went to Dubai to improve himself by acquiring further education. I can tell you, Amechi, that if they are talking about the jobs they want to create, Atiku has been creating jobs with over 53,000 Nigerians in his employ. Today, we can mention the companies owned by Atiku. You know of Adama Farms. You know of Atiku Abubakar Farms. You know of Adama Beverages. You know of Prodeco. You know of Intel. You know of Apti Schools. All these are companies that are known. They are paying taxes. They are very much registered in the stock exchange in this country. And of course, you know of Gotel, which is the media arm of the Atiku Abubakar group of companies. Let them tell you what company their presidential candidate owns. We have gone to the Corporate Affairs Commission. It will shock you, Amici, that Tinubu, the Asiwaju himself, does not have any company in his name. What does that tell you? Just as it's unknown in many areas, he's also unknown in businesses. And yet, he prides himself as one of the richest Nigerians.
Viewers, let's begin what's trending with reactions, trailing comments made by the governor of Anambra State, Professor Charles Chukwuma Soludo, in which he said that investments in Anambra State being credited to the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, are worth next to nothing. Soludo made the comment during a live interview where he was invited to discuss the state's budget of 258.9 billion naira. Well, when asked about Obi's investments, Soludo claimed that he was not aware of any investment made by his predecessors. Peter Obi served as Anambra State governor 3 times between 2006 and 2014 and is reported to have left over 26 billion naira in Anambra State coffers by the time he left office. Well, let's take some reactions. This is from Ahmed, who wrote, "This is the 3rd governor of Anambra State who has affirmed that Peter Obi's administration was a waste of time and total failure. Chris Ngige said Obi hates infrastructure. Obi himself had criticized government investment on infrastructure. The former governor, Obiano, also said the same thing." Well, Esteem wrote, "I'm told Soludo recently received over 268 million in oil derivation from a 4 billion naira investment Peter Obi had made in Orient Petroleum in 2012, one of many of his investment initiatives on behalf of Anambra State. Did he, Soludo, acknowledge that? No. Well, an old video where Peter Obi explained why he left so much money in Anambra State coffers has resurfaced online. He spoke in an interview with veteran journalist Kadaria Ahmed. Well, let's take a look before we come back for a discussion.
Before I leave the Soludo comments and go to other things, just quickly, part of the criticism was that you left too much money in the coffers at a time when he believed that there was actually things you could do with that money.
No, let me tell you. When people say I left too much money, that where I think things are critical for me, rather than go and spend the limited resources of the state, I try to look for federal government, development partners, assistance in other areas. What we did in terms of the money we left, if you're operating with the depleting assets, you must save for the future. And I'll give you an example. Somebody told me yesterday, said, the foreign currency component of your saving is about $170 million, which is like about 40 billion. Which state in Nigeria can say they have 40 billion?
Well, Dr. Abati, this story has been trending over social media from that interview Professor Charles Chukwuma Soludo granted and talked about the fact that he was not aware of, any investment of his predecessors, and went on to talk about an investment that was, circulating on social media. I believe it was in relation to maybe Peter Obi's brewery, and that's the story online at this point, where, people talked about Peter Obi had invested or had, about $20 million in that brewery, and he said something about the brewery had, not made any money, or it's worthless at this point. Dr. Abati, over to you.
Again, it's political season. Yes. People will make, all kinds of claims. They will defend themselves. It's in the nature of the season for us to have this kind of development. However, what I've seen about this is that people are saying that Mr. Peter Obi, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, is from Anambra State. If anything, you will expect the governor of his own state to support him and not to say anything that will appear to demarcate him at a time when, emotions are rising high, with regard to the political campaigns. The second thing to note about this particular matter is that Governor Soludo himself told his interviewer, on Channels TV, that look, I'm here to discuss 2023 budget, not to talk about investments. But that these investments you are talking about, they amount to next to nothing. Now, in terms of the reactions, I note the reaction of Babatunde Gbadamosi, a Labour Party chieftain in Lagos State. He accused Governor Soludo, one, of demarketing his own kinsman. Two, he pointed out that after Peter Obi as governor, there was another governor, Governor Obiano, that the question that should be raised, even if he says and he can prove that the investments are next to nothing, what did Governor Willie Obiano do with those investments? Is it possible that it was under Willie Obiano that those investments were mismanaged? Considering the fact that it is not always in Nigeria that you have continuity, that you have commitment to legacy projects that have been put in place by the predecessor. Babatunde Gbadamosi also brought an issue which has been out there subtextually. And he said that he thinks that Governor Professor Charles Soludo is attacking or attacked Peter Obi because he himself has a personal ambition that he wants to become president. So in all of these narratives, you'll find a lot, that is involved in terms of, being your kinsman, in terms of two, personal ambitions, in terms of three, is a target right. Because it's been since 2007 or so that Mr. Peter Obi left office. So why is he being attacked at this particular time? Now, the question to also raise is that with the downturn in the economic fortunes of Nigeria, the Naira has been misbehaving, the foreign exchange has gone bad, every investment really has issues, okay? So that will be another dimension from which to look at it. But nobody has queried the fact that Mr. Peter Obi, in leaving office, left a very healthy balance sheet in Anambra State, and that he invested a lot in education. It was under his watch that Anambra, went tops in school examinations in Nigeria. But Professor Soludo says, in terms of investment, he intends to invest in public infrastructure, in health, in education, because he quickly, pirouetted away from that question to talk about his own investments in infrastructure. But the controversy is understandable, considering that Mr. Peter Obi is one of the leading candidates in the process of the 2023 election at the presidential level. But it's not my duty, to serve as his spokesperson. I'm sure that he has the capacity and he has a team behind him that will respond robustly to Governor Soludo's claims. And we look forward to that robust response. I'm sure some people, Okupe and others are already putting the sentences together to put up a good response. Absolutely. But they have their right of reply. Yes. And it will be interesting to see what they have to say.
Absolutely. Well said, Dr. Abati. Rufai.
I mean, it's politics season, open season, you hear a lot. Right of reply, you hear a lot. But let's stick to the facts. What are the facts? The question is, did Peter Obi leave money when he was leaving, yes or no? He did leave. There's a letter to prove that. Shouldn't we celebrate people that leave money rather than in a country where people leave humongous debts? Because this same Governor Soludo that is speaking, when you look at it critically, he complained about the debts. We interviewed him here on Arise, where he was complaining about the debts that was left behind by Governor Obiano. The humongous debts. That there was virtually next to nothing left. So if somebody leaves behind, shouldn't we commend them? In a country where we are spending all of our revenue to service debts. The question is, did he make investments? Yes or no? What is the worth of those investments today? Did he achieve some milestones? The answers are out there. Dr. Bati, you said one about the education sector. Did he make those inroads as regards bettering the lot of the people in the states? Did he reduce insecurity? Those are the facts we should look at. Not somebody saying, oh, the investments are worth nothing. But the question is, there was a person before him, there was a Governor Obiano, that this same Governor Soludo told us on this morning show that left a very good debt profile behind. And it was a problem for him when he started, which is a fact out there that we can't deny. So let's juxtapose facts for facts, here, and call a spade in this conversation. Yeah, I know he wanted to talk about his budget, and I also thought it was good that he did talk about his budget. And in all kudos to Governor Soludo, he has started, he cleared very big slums somewhere in Onitsha. He's been able to start some road infrastructure work, and all of that. I've been able to see some level of progress that he's made, because I take out time to watch Anambra Broadcasting Service from time to time and all of that. But what are the facts on ground? Did Peter Obi leave investment? Yes, he did. Did he make investment? Yes, he did. Did Governor Obiano?
Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have been educated with this video. I hope you have learned something from the video you just watched. Please go to the comment section and put down your comments. Whatever you think about the video you have watched, or anything you have learned that you want to share together, go to the comment section and keep yourself busy. It's a free place where people share their opinion. And please, if you have not subscribed to this channel, kindly subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time a video comes out. And also, share the video to your family and friends. Share it to all platforms so that people can get aware of what is happening in the world, mainly in the contraption called Nigeria. We have to keep people on their toe, keep people informed on what is going on. That is exactly what we are doing. Every video you are watching in this channel is for the purpose of education and nothing more. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, bye-bye. See you again.